Hey, what's up, YouTube? Today, I have the pleasure of being here again, Bruce Hall. One last day. Today, all the residents moved out, and I found no better time to conduct an interview with the man himself. The man himself. He's in the house, y'all. Mr. Bryan La Beau is right here. Let's go, yes sir. This is the home. Let me adjust the camera so the viewers can look at us. This is exciting, man. I've never. This is the first real interview that I've ever done. Because Hillary got interrupted.
Oh yeah, by the police, right?
Yeah, by the cops.
Illegal activity.
So I'm gonna sneak the. I don't want you to look at the question.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna ask you a series of questions. They're gonna be related to many topics.
Okay.
And I hope you have fun. Can I take my shoes off?
Yeah, for free.
Hey, if my feet smell, just let me know.
Okay.
All right. Can I? Okay. So, all right. What's your name?
Bryan La Beau.
La Beau. French?
Yes.
Cool. Are you from France?
I'm not.
Do you have heritage that's French?
Yeah.
Who?
Someone.
Is someone along the lines in the books?
It's one of the books.
Man. So you have French blood. That's crazy.
I do.
Isn't that crazy, y'all? A black man that's French. Who would have thought? Hey, scoot more right, fool. Scoot more left, my man.
That is not how that works, Julian. Green color be French.
Yeah. Okay, so we're in college. What's your major?
Bio.
Biology. Premed.
Premed, indeed.
Premed.
A black French premed. Just a put.
That's rare.
It is.
See, this is why he's so interesting, y'all. Full of surprises.
Very rare.
Bryan Surprise La Beau. That's his name. So, okay. I guess we'll get right into it. I know in previous conversations you've said that one of the things that inspires you to be a doctor is to help the community, specifically the underprivileged. I'm gonna go and say black community? African American community, yes. We gotta stay PC. Okay. So, were there any other things that inspired you to take the position of a doctor in the future? Wait, first let's not jump any guns. Let's start off with easy questions. Okay, so what kind of doctor do you want to be?
I don't know.
Okay, fair enough. Have you thought about any fields or like anything? Have you explored?
Yeah. I look into family medicine. Look into surgery, orthopedic surgery.
Orthopedic, so feet?
No, orthopedic, like bones and stuff like that.
Okay, so like a chiropractor.
Chiropractor, I guess, like, for lack of a better term, pop
bones.
Right.
Yeah.
I would try to fix your bones and putting rods and other
rods,
metal rods, and things like that into your bones.
Do you know any surgeries? Like, not you knowing how to do them,
to perform.
but like the names of surgeries.
Yeah.
Name one that I don't know.
That you don't know.
Probably.
I don't know. A lot of them have like the term inside of it, like the term.
So, like the body part followed by the surgery.
Right.
The
like
term surgery.
Can think of a vasectomy.
Vasectomy? Isn't that? Don't you get your tubes tied?
Yeah.
It's the way.
Yeah.
I know that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I've done it. Yeah. Multiple times.
Multiple times.
You can get them tied and untied, right?
I'm not sure about untied. I'm not sure. I don't think you get them untied. I don't know.
I saw The Office, and I think Michael said that one.
You get him untied?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
That his like significant other made him tie them and retie them, and tie them again. It's silly, it's stupid. But let's see. And what made you major in political science as well?
So I'm a political science minor.
Minor, my bad.
But yeah, okay. Why political science minor? I think the opportunity to try to make changes I would want to see to help, other communities,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they have the power to make policy changes. So I think I would want to work with policies and things like that related to health.
Okay. Now a more general abstract question. So based on the two reasons why you chose those fields of study, primarily, I couldn't help but notice, but like the common theme is helping people. Why? What inspires you to take such a role in society?
To help others?
Yeah.
I just think, I guess, our society, best operates if we're collaborating and helping each other and, trying to build each other up.
Yeah.
So, instead of trying to everyone do everything for themselves and take for themselves, try to build, help each other out.
Bro, you're gonna be a president someday. I'm telling you.
A president?
Yeah, about 2025.
2025 in 5 years?
Yeah, youngest president ever. I think you gotta be like 30, right?
Yeah, I think it'd be like 30, 35, something like that. I'm not sure exactly the numbers, but.
Wow. So, man, helping people, that's such a redeemable quality. It's such a good quality to have, too.
Appreciate it.
So, should you help everyone, though?
Who shouldn't get help?
People that are lazy? What do you think about like welfare and stuff like that, like socialism?
I think it's just two sides, I kind of see both, so I think it's kind of needed because I think to make a what you call, I think the term is equitable system where everyone has equal opportunities, not equal outcomes but equal opportunities to do things like so I guess schools in a more privileged area, they give them a lot more resources, they got newer books, but like schools in less developed, or not less developed, but lower income communities, they don't have as many things. And so I think trying to, because it kind of goes based off of like what you call, so school goes based off of property taxes, not property taxes, like what's it called, pretty much taxes from that area, district taxes or whatever goes into the school. And like if this district or whatever, or the community is poor, they can't get a good education, but these kids, like, they don't deserve not to get a good education just because they were born in this area, So I think things like that to make a more fair system so they can get a good education. But then I guess like, and I guess things like to help like people who have disabilities and things like that. But like to just help anyone, just give out money just because they're low income, I don't know, like.
That's where it doesn't make sense for you.
Right. Well, I'm not saying it doesn't make sense, but I think that's where you have to kind of like figure out how it works, because I think depending on your situation, if your situation where you have like, let's say you have 2 kids or something like that, and the father leaves, right, and you're expected to like raise the kids with the father, and so maybe you don't have, or maybe you're not in a position to I guess, yeah, I think people like that should get assistance, but I don't think they should be able to rely on it, So I think there should be ways where they could be, maybe not monitored, but like make sure the money's going to a good purpose or a good cause, But yeah, I'm pretty sure I went off track somewhere in there from your question, but sorry about that.
No. The original question was, it was general. What are your thoughts on welfare and like government help and stuff like that? And I think you answered it pretty much.
Yeah, so it kind of just depends.
It depends.
Right.
It's a good answer. My history teacher once, when I was at a UIL meet, he said he didn't agree with it, and the reason was because, for instance, look at public education.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that it's free, like a lot of the percentage of people that do well compared to the percentage of people that do bad is like very small. Because when you're given, pretty much the way he explained it was like a lot of these kids they're here just because they have to be here. The government enforces it. They're like, I don't really want to be here. You know, they put little to no effort into it. A lot of them end up dropping out anyways. The ones that do end up, you know, going to high school forcefully, there's a big percentage of them that don't even go to college. The ones that go to college end up not having, I guess, the right mindset to have longevity in college. And then I don't know, I just think over the years, it affects the student, the student demographic, like forcing them to do something that they're not really interested in.
But I think that goes back to like more of our schooling system more than, I guess, like I guess like socialist practices. So like, I think our schooling system needs to be fixed, not the. So like, making kids do things that they want to take, or like not preparing them properly for the future.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like in high school, I'm not sure if have you taken a finance class in high school?
Yeah, I'm like, why am I doing this?
Really, a finance class? You said, why are you doing a finance class?
I mean, well, it was not as useful. I will agree.
Yeah, I feel like.
But no, I mean, I feel like finance or whatever subject it is, you shouldn't make people take stuff
Really?
that they're not naturally good at. You know what I mean? Or interested in.
I don't think no one's naturally good at it. Who's like naturally good at it?
Or like they're interested in. Is that fair enough?
Sort of, because I mean, I feel like as a kid, I'm not sure if kids knows what's best for them. I mean, I think a lot of kids might be just interested in playing card games, Pokemon. So you can't just like let them just go play Pokemon all day just because that's what they're interested in.
Yeah, you're right.
Just learn about Pokemons, but it's all fantasy.
Pokemon 101.
Right.
Yeah,
like
with Dr. I don't know.
Dr. Ash.
Or something.
Yeah.
That was a good one. That was a better one. I said young just because it was like Japanese cartoon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, look at me being racist again. No.
But
okay, you have a point. I think it makes sense at a smaller level, or primary education, to be more generalized. And as it advances, maybe you should allow students to specify an interest. Not specify an interest, but hone theirs. You should just provide like different classes that are like, field specific. And then if they want to go into that, hey, go into that. You know what I mean? Like, I guess that's the point of electives.
Right.
But even still, like, at least in my experience, I don't know. I guess I'll speak from my own perspective. Because where I'm from, my school wasn't like super diverse in the fields that you could choose. It could have been the funding. Could have been that I went to an early college. Could have been, well, maybe just those two. Really, I can't think of any other reasons why. But in middle school too, I feel like that was like a problem too. Not having a lot of options to choose from. You know how like I think the only real, well, not counting extracurriculars though, because extracurriculars are pretty, diverse compared to like just the electives that you can take in school.
Right, like the core curriculum.
Yeah.
So what do you think should happen? You think we should have a looser core curriculum? Make us take basic.
Yeah, looser core curriculum. It makes no sense up in like high school. Like what?
Yeah, I think in certain fields, so I think in math and science, and I guess in English, depending on how high up, maybe like.
I think English is an underrated subject.
No, I agree. I definitely agree.
It's kind of fun, but it's kind of boring too.
Also, but that also kind of goes back to as if you find it fun, I mean, you can't talk for every student.
That's true. You're right.
I didn't. Actually, 'cause I hated English. I mean, I know it's important, and I know there's a lot to learn from reading, but yeah, I don't know.
No. So what are the main subjects? I feel like
Math, English, science, and
history.
social studies.
Okay, maybe let's cut back on the science a little bit. Like I feel like
Yeah,
it's good to understand the world, like
right.
but
It's not unnecessary. Yeah,
it's not necessary. Like
right.
physics.
Same with mathematics. I feel like calculus. I mean, a lot of people want to know cosine, sine, and secant and all that, cosecant, derivatives.
That's not necessary.
Right.
But I think even stuff that is generally disagreed upon, like I feel like history is a common, culprit. Like, why do I need to know what happened before? But I feel like that is actually a really essential subject because it teaches you, important things that happened in the past for you to navigate forward.
Right. But the thing about history is like it's not like science or math, but or English. It's more of like it's like
it's real things that have happened,
right?
That affected the world.
Right, but it's his story is from perspective. So depending on who's writing the story, right, it changes up. So like, for any it's his story, like history, like his story. It's a story from somebody, right? Like so from perspective. So it's gonna change like. Yeah, but anyways,
history.
I don't think history is really needed. I feel like
you don't think so?
To a certain degree.
Maybe like I would cap it at like the past century.
Right. I think it's important to learn from history and things like that. However, I think some things, maybe general ideas, not specific names of who did this, who did that during the Paul Revere, the British are coming,
yeah, that's not important.
Right. I mean, I still know it to this day, but why does it matter that he's the one who said it? Like, what's the whole idea of that?
Yeah.
He warned
Paul Jones. I don't know.
But yeah, so I think I don't know, maybe some important concepts, and then maybe. I mean, there's no okay, in school, even in college, history is taught, and then African American history is elective. But I'm African American, so why is not part of the core curriculum? It's part of a elective that I have to go out my way to add to my course load. So I don't know. I think that don't have or maybe just have a general. You can have whatever history, like you do African American history. You do, I don't know.
I will say.
Okay.
Oh my bad.
No, go ahead.
I will say, for instance, one of my favorite classes was actually world history because you learned about how whole countries interacted with each other, and that still applies today with current events and foreign affairs and stuff like that is what I live for. Not more so the niche, specific American history that no one gives a shit about. You know what I mean? Maybe the Civil War was cool,
Right.
But
the Civil War was cool. I don't know.
Maybe I'm joking.
A crazy war with
the bloodiest war in America.
Right, with half of them saying that slavery is okay, and the other half saying they shouldn't have slavery.
Yeah. No, of course, no. But I get what you say. Trim the fat. We should have a history reform. Let's
agree.
Yeah, but then wouldn't that be kind of hypocritical? Because this is our story now. You know what I mean? We're cutting off things that.
Yeah, but the future generation doesn't need every part of our story. They don't know exactly what happened during COVID. They should know what's the big effects of a pandemic outbreak.
Okay,
so what they can learn from it. Hotspots. They don't even learn exactly every single detail of it. I don't know how I think it's necessary.
Yeah.
The most important parts of it and learning that.
So I'm thinking maybe for those interested in history and that for some reason, I don't know why you would want to learn more about this, but we should offer a Jan history and for people just testing the waters, you know what I mean?
Maybe, yeah.
And then, okay, you choose that, you want to go into that? Okay, now take higher, more specific, where we release the additional information in breadcrumbs.
Right. If you want to learn more about it,
Yeah.
You just know, maybe you could learn about the Civil War. You don't know about the leaders of the Civil Wars and who was on that side and blah blah. You just need to know why they were fighting, what was the outcome,
Yeah.
Because that's the most important part of this whole word. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it really like, I don't know, like at that point.
If the idea of majors was in high school, do you think it would be a good idea? Obviously, not as expensive as a full-blown university, but
Right.
maybe like 4 main ones, like engineering, I don't know, some art, and
See, no, I think maybe their senior year, maybe like a senior year where it's different, where you could get like insight
Test the
into a
waters.
field